Here's a truth most people don't talk about. The masks people wear can fool you for years, but their smallest actions will tell you everything you need to know. A kind word to a stranger, the way they handle a delayed flight, or what they choose to do when nobody's looking. These are the moments that reveal a person's true colors. It's not the big speeches or flashy gestures that matter. It's the quiet, unguarded decisions that show who someone really is. The Stoics knew this over 2,000 years ago. They understood that character isn't about appearances. It's about consistency. Marcus Aurelius said it best: "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." Today, I want to show you how to see through the noise and uncover the truth, not just about others, but about yourself. By the end of this video, you'll have 5 timeless principles drawn from ancient Stoic wisdom that will change how you view human nature forever. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn could transform the way you connect with the people around you and even how you live your own life. Sign 1. Treating those who can't help. Uncovering a person's true character doesn't happen during grand gestures or when they're in the spotlight. It happens in the quiet, unguarded moments, especially when interacting with those who hold no power over them. These small, seemingly insignificant encounters, whether with a waiter, a cashier, or a stranger on the street, strip away the pretense and reveal the authenticity, or lack thereof, beneath the surface. This concept, deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, speaks directly to the heart of what defines our moral integrity. Seneca, a great Stoic thinker, once advised, "Treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat you." This timeless wisdom reminds us that the way we behave toward those who cannot advance our interests reflects the essence of who we are. It's easy to act kindly towards someone we're trying to impress, or when there's a clear benefit, but true virtue emerges when there's nothing to gain. The Stoics believed that these moments are not trivial, but foundational to understanding both others and ourselves. Consider the daily interactions most of us barely notice. A person who thanks the barista for their coffee, offers a smile to a delivery driver, or helps a stranger carry a heavy bag might seem to be performing minor acts of kindness. Yet these moments carry immense weight. They demonstrate a respect for shared humanity that transcends societal status. Marcus Aurelius captured this beautifully when he said, "What injures the hive injures the bee." In other words, when we fail to uplift and respect others, we harm not just them, but also ourselves, as we disconnect from the greater whole. On the flip side, consider what it reveals when someone treats others with indifference or disdain. Rudeness to a cashier, dismissiveness toward a service worker, or irritation toward someone perceived as less significant exposes deeper flaws: arrogance, entitlement, or a lack of empathy. These behaviors, though small in the moment, are glaring indicators of character. They show a person who values hierarchy over humanity, someone who sees relationships as transactional rather than rooted in mutual respect. Even the most accidental encounters can reveal someone's true self. Imagine walking through a crowded street and accidentally bumping into someone. A compassionate person might offer a soft smile or a gentle "no worries." Someone impatient or self-absorbed, however, might react with anger or irritation. These unscripted moments provide an unfiltered glimpse into how a person navigates their world. Are they quick to assume malice, or do they extend grace and understanding? The Stoics remind us that while we can't control what happens, we can always control how we respond, and our responses reflect the principles guiding our lives. This principle also extends to how we treat vulnerable groups, like the homeless or marginalized communities. Offering spare change, A warm greeting, or even a simple acknowledgement, requires little effort, but speaks volumes about one's sense of humanity. Choosing to ignore or dismiss such individuals, however, signals a disconnection from the shared struggles of life. To the Stoics, this interconnectedness was central. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." Each interaction, no matter how small, is an opportunity to affirm that shared privilege. It's not just about assessing others, though. These observations challenge us to reflect on our own behavior. How do we treat those who can't offer us anything in return? Are we patient and polite with service workers, considerate in moments of inconvenience, and compassionate toward those in need? Modern Stoicism emphasizes focusing on what is within our control, our actions, words, and attitude. By doing so, we align ourselves with the virtues of kindness, respect, and empathy, creating a ripple effect that impacts not only others, but also our own sense of peace and integrity. Sign 2. Handling minor inconveniences. Life has a funny way of testing us in the smallest, most unexpected moments. It's not the big challenges or grand disasters that reveal the most about who we are. It's the little inconveniences that creep into our daily routines. The barista gets your order wrong, traffic slows you down on your way to work, or your phone dies just as you need it most. How we respond in these moments says far more about our character than we often realize. The Stoics understood this deeply. They taught that life's minor irritations are like a mirror, reflecting the depth of our self-control and emotional resilience. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Think about that for a second. The traffic jam isn't the problem. The slow Wi-Fi isn't the problem. The problem lies in how we choose to interpret and react to these situations. Do we see them as opportunities to practice patience, or do we let them control our mood? Let's unpack this idea. Imagine standing in line at the grocery store, and the person ahead of you is taking forever. They're counting coins, chatting with the cashier, and seemingly unaware of the growing line. What's your instinct? Do you start tapping your foot, sighing loudly, or shooting them irritated glances? Or do you take a breath, remind yourself that this moment isn't worth ruining your peace, and maybe even use the time to reflect or simply be present? These minor moments, though fleeting, reveal a lot. The Stoics believed that emotional control was a hallmark of maturity. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, often reflected on how little control we have over external events. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When we let minor inconveniences get under our skin, we're giving away that power. We're allowing external circumstances to dictate our inner peace. Here's the thing. It's easy to stay composed when everything is going smoothly. But true resilience is tested when life throws small curveballs our way. Losing your temper over a delayed coffee order or snapping at someone during a busy commute might seem inconsequential in the moment, but these reactions accumulate. Over time, they shape your habits, your mindset, and how others perceive you. The beauty of these small inconveniences is that they offer daily opportunities to practice Stoic principles. For example, the next time you're stuck in traffic, instead of letting frustration take over, try reframing the situation. Maybe this is an unexpected chance to listen to your favorite podcast or enjoy a quiet moment of reflection. When your coworker takes longer than expected to respond to an email, instead of getting annoyed, remind yourself that patience is within your control. These shifts in perspective not only help you handle inconveniences with grace, but also reinforce a sense of inner calm and balance. What's fascinating is how this approach affects the people around you. A calm, composed demeanor in the face of small annoyances is contagious. It inspires trust, diffuses tension, and sets an example for others. Think about a leader who remains steady during technical glitches, or a friend who laughs off a wrong food order. Their ability to stay grounded creates a ripple effect, making everyone around them feel more at ease. Contrast that with someone who overreacts, spreading negativity and stress. It's clear which energy we'd rather bring into our lives. But let's not forget that handling inconveniences isn't just about understanding others. It's also a reflection of how we treat ourselves. Seneca reminded us, "A man is as unhappy as he has convinced himself he is." Dwelling on frustrations magnifies their impact, while choosing to rise above them diminishes their hold over us. When we let minor annoyances dictate our emotions, we're essentially giving away our peace for free. Is that really worth it? So, here's a small but powerful challenge. The next time something minor goes wrong, a misplaced key, a long line, or a slow driver, pause. Ask yourself, does this really deserve my energy? How can I respond in a way that aligns with my values? These moments, though small, are opportunities to practice patience, cultivate emotional intelligence, and strengthen your resilience. Sign 3. Value time and commitments. There's one resource we all have in equal measure, yet we often take it for granted: time. Unlike money, possessions, or status, time is finite. Once it's gone, you can't get it back. How someone values and manages their time isn't just about productivity, it's a window into their character. Are they reliable, respectful, and intentional? Or do they waste not only their time, but yours, showing a lack of discipline and regard for others? The Stoic philosopher Seneca put it perfectly. We are tight-fisted with property and money, yet think too little of wasting time, the one thing about which we should all be the toughest misers. This idea challenges us to rethink how we spend our days and how we honor the commitments we make to ourselves and others. Punctuality, follow-through, and reliability aren't just logistical habits. They reflect deeper values like respect, integrity, and purpose. Let's break it down. Think about someone who's always late. They may apologize or shrug it off, but what does that behavior really say? It often suggests a lack of consideration, an inability to prioritize, or even an inflated sense of self-importance. Contrast this with someone who consistently shows up on time, prepared and ready to contribute. That person sends a clear message: I value your time as much as I value my own. It's not just about being on time, it's about what that act symbolizes: respect, dependability, and an understanding of the importance of shared effort. The same applies to how people handle their commitments. Someone who keeps their promises, even when it's inconvenient, demonstrates integrity. They understand that their word holds weight, and that breaking it erodes trust. On the other hand, someone who frequently cancels plans, misses deadlines, or makes excuses shows a lack of accountability. The Stoics taught that actions speak louder than words. Epictetus said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." When you consistently meet your commitments, you're embodying your values, not just talking about them. But valuing time isn't just about punctuality. It's also about how people spend their free time. Take a moment to think about what someone's priorities say about them. Do they invest their hours in meaningful activities like personal growth, connecting with loved ones, or contributing to their community? Or do they let time slip away in trivial pursuits, scrolling endlessly, or indulging in distractions that add little value to their lives? Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the fleeting nature of life, writing, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." It's a powerful reminder to treat time as a gift, not a commodity to be wasted. Here's another lens to consider. How flexible is someone with their time when things don't go as planned? Life is unpredictable, and even the best schedules can fall apart. A person who adapts with grace and calm demonstrates resilience and emotional maturity. Imagine two friends planning a trip. When the itinerary changes last minute, one reacts with frustration and disappointment, while the other rolls with it, suggesting new ideas and keeping the mood light. Which person would you rather rely on in a crisis? The Stoics believed that our ability to adapt is a core virtue, teaching us to focus on what is within our control rather than dwelling on what isn't. Time management is also a measure of empathy. Someone who values others' time shows respect and fairness. Picture a professional who shows up to meetings prepared, sticks to the agenda, and avoids wasting anyone's time with unnecessary delays. This kind of behavior builds trust and fosters a sense of collaboration. Conversely, someone who's always unprepared or wastes time with excuses and inefficiencies communicates a lack of respect for the team's efforts. Seneca reminds us, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." How we manage time, our own and others, is a direct reflection of how much we value life itself. So, what does all this mean for us? First, it's a reminder to reflect on our own relationship with time. Are we honoring our commitments, showing up for others, and prioritizing what truly matters? If not, it's never too late to start. The Stoics didn't believe in perfection, they believed in progress. Each day offers a chance to align our actions with our values. Second, it's a tool for understanding others. How someone values time and commitments reveals their priorities, their respect for others, and their ability to live with purpose. Use this insight to strengthen your connections, surround yourself with reliable and intentional people, and inspire those around you to value time more deeply. Sign 4. How they act when no one's watching. Character isn't defined by what we do when people are watching. It's defined by what we do when there's no one to impress, no applause to earn, and no consequences to fear. It's in those quiet, unseen moments that our true selves emerge. The Stoics understood this deeply. They believed that virtue wasn't about public recognition, but about living in alignment with your values, even when no one else is there to hold you accountable. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, emphasized that living a life of virtue requires consistency. He taught that whether we're in a crowded room or entirely alone, our actions should reflect the same moral compass. Why? Because character isn't something you turn on and off. It's who you are at your core. Marcus Aurelius put it simply, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." It's a call to action for integrity, regardless of who's watching. Think about something as seemingly mundane as returning a shopping cart in a grocery store parking lot. No one's standing there to judge you if you leave it out of place. It's a small, thankless task. Yet, choosing to return it speaks volumes about your sense of responsibility. It shows that you're guided by principles, not by the fear of being called out. Now contrast that with someone who leaves the cart in the middle of the lot thinking, "It's not my problem." That small decision, though trivial on the surface, reflects a mindset that prioritizes convenience over collective responsibility. This principle extends to how we treat shared spaces and resources. Picture a break room at work. Some people clean up after themselves, even wiping down the counter when no one's looking, while others leave their mess for someone else to deal with. The person who takes the extra step to maintain the space without expecting recognition demonstrates accountability and respect for others. The one who doesn't? Well, they show a lack of thoughtfulness and an unwillingness to contribute to the greater good. Honesty in unobserved situations is another telling measure of character. Imagine finding a wallet on the ground. No one saw you pick it up, and it would be easy to pocket the cash and walk away. Yet, choosing to return it or hand it in shows a deep commitment to ethical principles. Epictetus taught that the essence of Stoicism is not in words, but in actions. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it. When we act with integrity in private, we're living proof of those values. The Stoics also believed that these unseen actions shape not only how we interact with the world, but also how we see ourselves. When you make a habit of doing the right thing, even when no one is there to witness it, you build a stronger sense of self-respect and inner peace. Seneca reminded us, "A good character is the only guarantee of everlasting carefree happiness." Living in harmony with your principles isn't just about external impact. It's about cultivating a life free from regret and self-doubt. This philosophy is especially relevant in the digital age, where so much of life feels performative. Social media often encourages us to seek validation through likes and shares, but Stoicism asks us to turn inward. Are you the same person offline as you are online? Do your private actions match the persona you project to the world? If not, it might be time to realign. Small, selfless acts performed without the expectation of recognition are some of the purest demonstrations of character. Holding the door open for someone, helping a neighbor shovel their driveway, or donating anonymously, all of these actions reflect an intrinsic commitment to doing good for its own sake. Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." In other words, virtue is its own reward, regardless of whether anyone acknowledges it. Unseen moments are where habits are formed. The person who consistently chooses kindness, responsibility, and honesty when no one is watching lays the foundation for a life guided by virtue. These choices build trust, not just with others, but within yourself. When you know you're living in alignment with your values, you carry a sense of confidence and peace that can't be shaken by external circumstances. So, here's something to think about. When no one's watching, who are you? Do your private actions align with the person you want to be, or do they tell a different story? The Stoics believed that the cultivation of integrity starts with the smallest, most personal decisions. By striving for consistency between your private and public life, you can build a legacy of trust and authenticity, not just for others to see, but for yourself to live by. After all, what we do in the shadows ultimately defines who we are in the light. Sign 5. Handling power. Power is one of the greatest magnifiers of character. When someone is given authority, influence, or control, no matter how small, it doesn't create something new in them. Instead, it reveals what's already there. The Stoics understood this profoundly. They believed that power, whether it's over a kingdom or a single decision, is a test of inner virtue. Marcus Aurelius, an emperor with immense power, often reminded himself, "The true worth of a man is measured by the objects he pursues." It's a timeless truth. How we use power shows what we truly value. Think about the subtle ways power shows up in everyday life. It's not always about CEOs or politicians. It could be the team leader at work, the person organizing a group outing, or even someone holding privileged information. How they handle that influence, whether they uplift others or exploit their position, speaks volumes about their character. Power, in its simplest form, is about choice. Do they use it to serve or to dominate? The Stoics believed that true leadership is rooted in humility and service, not dominance or control. Seneca wisely said, "He is a great man who can treat his inferiors with kindness as well as his equals." A person who wields power with empathy, fairness, and a sense of responsibility earns genuine respect. Take, for example, a manager who takes time to understand their team, listens to concerns, and gives credit where it's due. They create an environment of trust and collaboration, fostering growth not just for themselves, but for everyone around them. On the other hand, power in the hands of someone driven by insecurity or ego can be destructive. Someone who micromanages, withholds resources, or uses their influence to belittle others is revealing more than poor leadership. They're showing a lack of self-mastery. Epictetus warned us about this, saying, "No man is free who is not master of himself." When someone abuses power, they aren't truly strong. They're controlled by fear, arrogance, or the need to assert superiority. Power also manifests in personal relationships, though it's often less obvious. Think about the dynamics between friends, partners, or family members. Does one person consistently make decisions for the group without input from others? Do they use guilt, manipulation, or emotional pressure to get their way? Or do they prioritize fairness and mutual respect? The Stoics would argue that power in relationships, when handled wisely, strengthens bonds and builds trust. But when misused, it erodes connection and creates imbalance. Even the smallest forms of power reveal character. Imagine someone in charge of dividing a dessert among friends or determining the next group activity. Do they choose the biggest slice for themselves, or do they ensure everyone is treated fairly? These little decisions may seem trivial, but they often reflect deeper patterns of thought and behavior. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself often, "Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Focus on what is truly important. The choices we make, no matter how small, matter greatly. True strength lies in using power as a tool for good, not as a weapon for control." A person who understands this uses their influence to elevate others, creating opportunities and fostering an environment of mutual respect. They recognize that power is fleeting, a responsibility rather than a privilege. They aren't consumed by the need to prove their dominance because they understand that leadership is about service, not self-importance. Contrast this with someone who clings to power, exploiting every opportunity to assert control or boost their ego. They may feel strong in the moment, but their actions ultimately undermine trust and credibility. The Stoics teach us that real power comes from mastering ourselves, not from dominating others. Epictetus said, "People are not disturbed by things, but by their judgments about things." This perspective helps us see power as a responsibility to guide wisely, rather than a means to serve personal desires. One of the most profound tests of character is how someone handles power when they believe no one is watching. Do they act with integrity, even when there's no immediate reward or recognition? A leader who quietly ensures fairness, acknowledges contributions, and takes responsibility for mistakes demonstrates strength of character. Conversely, those who claim credit for others' work or shy away from accountability show their true nature, one driven by insecurity and self-interest. So, how do we measure ourselves against this principle? The Stoics would encourage us to reflect. When given even the smallest bit of power, do we use it to help others, or do we let it inflate our ego? Are we willing to listen, adapt, and lead with humility? Power doesn't corrupt, it reveals. And as Marcus Aurelius taught, the choices we make echo far beyond the moment. In the end, power is neither good nor bad. It's a tool. What makes the difference is how we choose to wield it. Will we use it to build, inspire, and serve? Or will we let it expose our flaws? The Stoics remind us that the measure of true character lies not in how much power we hold, but in how we handle it, especially when the spotlight fades. True character isn't revealed in words or intentions. It's in the quiet actions, the unseen moments, and the choices we make when no one is watching. The wisdom of the Stoics teaches us that by striving to embody kindness, patience, and integrity, we not only uncover the truth about others, but also shape the best version of ourselves. Thank you for being part of Stoic Journal, where we grow together, one timeless lesson at a time. If this video resonated with you, I encourage you to click on one of the suggested videos now on your screen. It's your next step toward living a life of purpose and resilience. See you next time, and as always, stay grounded and stay inspired.